こんにちは、ゆみです。
And this is Clay.
今日ご紹介するのはパンパカパーン、犬夜叉です。皆さん知ってますよね、犬夜叉。お座り。
Well, actually, I don't know too much about Inuyasha. I haven't read the manga yet. I've only seen maybe 5 or 6 episodes. It was pretty interesting, but I know kind of the story. We're going to kind of go through and go through the introduction to the first book and see what happens.
コミックも読んだし、アニメも見たし、どっちも面白い。とっても面白い。
And the author is Takahashi
高橋留美子さん。はい。
And she also wrote
ラマ2分の1とか、ラムちゃんって知ってる？うるせえやつらとかね。あと、メゾン一国とか。
結構有名なものばっかりね。
すごく有名。いっぱいい
Well,
ろ
I
んな
know
話出してる。
ラマ2分の1 and 犬夜叉は大ヒットだったね。They were super hits, I guess, in the 80s and 90s?
90s と、まあ、2000年の初めぐらいね。
So she was a very successful manga artist, obviously. Oh, by the way, the Nibu no Ichi is kind of interesting. So Rama Nibu no Ichi, I guess it's one and a half because he turns into a girl. And I remember my old friend when I was a beginner. Well, I still feel like a beginner sometimes, but my old friend Shintaro-san, he told me that he learned about division or the fractions like this from that manga. So he understood, Nibu no Ichi. And I actually kind of learned that myself because in English we say 1/2, right? But in Japanese you use the backwards. You put the bottom
そう、ボ
first.
トムが先だよね。
2分の1、3分の2とか。
3分の1とか3分の2。そう、逆だね。
1/3, 1/2. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, that has nothing to do with Inuyasha. All right, let's start with the first panel.
はははは、ば、ご。第1話、封印された少年。
第1話. So the wa is the counter for stories. So this is the very first story.
そう、ファーストストーリー。
Right.
封印された少年。
So a young man or youngster who is sealed. So this is referring to Inuyasha.
犬夜叉のことね。
Okay, so 封印 is a seal or...
そう、中にどこかに入れられちゃって、こう、シールされて、もう出られなくなっているのを封印。
So it can't come out or can't whatever. So this is, and this is referring to the arrow that he's about to get shot with, right?
そうです。
Probably, I guess. So the arrow shoots him and he has power, he's really strong, but when the arrow seals him, that's the fuin, then he can't use his power, he can't move, but he's not dead.
そう、寝てるだけかな。
Okay.
はい。
All right, next.
ざまあみやがれ、ダン。もらっていくぜ、紫紺の玉。
ざまあみやがれ。
そう、ざまあみやがれ。っていうのはちょっと自分が勝った時に相手が負けた様子を見て、ちょっとほらお前たち負けて俺は勝って気持ちいいぜみたいな時に使う。
Yeah. So this was kind of new for me, but this is in English you'd say it serves you right. So zama is yosu. It's sama. The kanji is sama. I looked it up. So yosu. So your appearance literally means look at your appearance. Look at what you are doing. So I guess the implication is maybe the townspeople did something bad to him. Maybe.
まあちょっといじめたか何かね、意地悪なことしたか。
And now he's kind of getting revenge. He's saying it's all your fault. It serves you right.
もらっていくぜ、紫紺の玉。
I'm going to take this shikon no tama and go. Now, shikon literally means 4 souls. 4 souls. So I don't know enough about the story to know which 4 souls, but 4 souls jewel. The jewel of 4 souls is literally what it would be.
もらっていくぜ。
All right, let's go to next.
第1話、封印された少年。
And there's the title again. So the first story, and it's the sealed young boy or youth.
これさえあれば俺は本物の妖怪に。
Okay, so he's not. So literally, to translate it would be, with this I can become a true yokai. yokai.
妖怪になれる。
So he's half human and half yokai.
そう半妖ね。半
His
妖
his mother was a human.
そう
Okay.
犬やしゃ。
So
ドス
someone's calling him,
ドス。
and the
Mm.
dosu is the sound of the effect of the arrow hitting him,
キキョキキョ
and that's her name, Kikyo. So this kind of implies maybe that they have a past. They know each other, because if he knows her name, and it almost sounds like he feels like she's betrayed him or something. Kikyo, how could you do that? Or maybe it's just because he's stabbed.
あ、そして彼女はね、これ巫女さんの格好してるのね。巫女っていうのは神様に仕える女の人。
Oh,
こ
okay.
の格好してる。だから彼女もちょっと妖怪じゃないけど、妖怪を退治する力がある。
So her work is something to do maybe with maintaining or the balance between humanity and the yokai, or maybe.
まあ妖怪を退治する力があるので、彼女はね、結構強い人だと思うんだけ
And
ど。
obviously this is a special arrow,
うん、
and that she can wield.
てめえよくも
Teme you, which is impolite, but yokumo.
よくもこんなことをしてくれたなっていうのの略かな。
So it's abbreviated for something longer, but again, maybe there's some disappointment, or maybe they know each other. There's some history that we don't know about.
もしかしたら仲良かったのかもしれないね。
Sounds like just by saying what's her name?
Kikyo.
Kikyo. It's like he's like, how could you do this? And then she's kind of saying the same thing. How could you maybe?
四魂の玉。
And there's the name of that jewel, the Four Souls jewel.
こんなもののために。
For such a thing as this, that you would do this. So maybe there is a sense of betrayal, that you would betray me for this. Maybe she was a protector, since she's Miko,
巫女
a
だから。
protector of this jewel, perhaps, and he kind of betrayed her by stealing it. Maybe? I don't know. I haven't.
多分そうだと思うよ。桔梗様、ひでえ傷だ。お姉様、早く手当てを。
Okay, so obviously she is Erahito. She's, Kikyo-sama.
そうね。
So the village people look up to her. Even though she looks kind of young, she obviously is very, very high up. Hide kizuda. So you have a big wound. It looks like it sounds pretty bad for her, which I think she ends up dying, doesn't she? And then this must be her younger daughter, or her younger sister, One-sama. One-sama. And hayaku teate. Teate is medical help. So hurry up and get medical help.
そうそうそうそう。
Yeah.
傷をお薬塗って包帯塗っ
Let's fix you up.
してね。
But
私はもう助からない。だから良いか楓。
there's no, I'm done for. You can't help me anymore. Therefore, listen carefully. And then the girl's name, what's her name?
楓。
Kaede.
楓
So the elder sister, who's about to die, says to the younger sister, listen closely. I'm done for. You can't help me. There's nothing more to do. But listen carefully. And then the next.
これを私の亡骸とともに燃やせ。
Oh, so burn this with my dead body. So totomoni. So with my body, burn this. And this is the jewel. What was it called? The
四魂の玉。
Shikon Tama.
二度と再び悪しき者どもの手に渡らぬように。
So yono, in order to. So burn this in order so that this will not again fall into the hands of bad people. So nidoto futatabi. Futatabi means, it kind of implies that it happened before.
うん、
Kind of like Lord of the Rings, where
うん
the
そう
ring
そう
ring fell into the bad Gollum and some others before. So it's again, don't let this fall into the bad people's hands again. Ashiki
悪しきは悪い
mono. Yeah,
悪い
watery.
もの。
Is that used in modern Japanese? Ashiki mono.
悪しき
Watery mono.
者どもっていうとちょっと
Old fashioned?
オールドファッションな言い方ですね。
Yeah, and then the domo is a possessive suffix. So it's not just one, but she's saying that there are multiple ashiki mono water ebon, bad people.
手に渡るっていう言葉の何
Yeah,
否定形
yeah,
渡らないようにっていう。
yeah, the negative. So the nu is a negative inder. So they're saying, don't let this go into the hands of the bad guys. And the yoni is so that, or in order that. Okay, let's go to the next.
紫紺の玉は私があの世に持ってゆく。
And she's still speaking, although it shows, well, it shows, I guess this panel here is her being burned, right, with the jewel. And then it also shows Inuyasha with the arrow in him. So the Shikon no Tama, the jewel, I will take the jewel to the next world.
あの世、死んだ人が行く世界ね。
To the next world. And that's where we're going to stop right now because then it goes to modern day, well, actually 1996. So this is an older
結
manga.
構昔。アニメの原作で日本語を勉強するのもいいと思います。
頑張ってください。
読んでください。
All right, until next time. Bye bye.
バイバイ。